Hey guys, it's the 21st. We're in Dickenson, North Dakota. We decided to lay over because of the weather. It rained part of the night, and then it's been very, very windy, and then it rained really, really hard this morning. We got in here fairly quickly yesterday from Medora. The route took me out on Interstate 94 for a short ways, and I was supposed to get off the interstate and go back into Old Highway 10, which was to the south of the highway. First thing I noticed as I was beginning to make that turnoff was drilling rigs off to the south and oil installations, and I went, you know what? I saw what happened out of Dallas and Fort Worth when the drilling began there and the roads we started getting reports of deaths and a radical increase in the number of folks that were having wrecks in our ranks up in that area when the shale play began. And this is right here at the park. I mean, we're here we are, not too far into North Dakota, and right here at the park you can see this is a fairly new location. Pumping wells, interestingly, instead of pressured wells. But I saw all of the above. I saw the pumping wells as well as pressured wells that were producing, and wells that were being drilled or in the process of being drilled and fracked and completed. Here's what the country looks like, though, around us outside of that location that we're not too far from here. And this is a tent camping area where you can come in with a tent and have a little bit of privacy. And then the park, well, last night this park was full and it emptied out pretty much this morning. I suspect it's going to fill back up again today. There's our little abode, and that's the way kind of it is. We had a great conversation with a couple from Arizona who were originally from Minnesota and California, and they were right next to us in a nice about a 30-foot RV, and you just have some great conversations with people when you're out doing this. And some don't want to talk, so that's fine too. Sometimes we don't want to talk, like after I've ridden 60 miles in these 7% grade hills. So yeah, and then one thing I wanted to say is that we're both having a great time on this trip. I personally am very grateful for Gay being willing to do this. She's now driving every day. She gets the RV ready. I've got it already hooked up to the truck. It's not hooked up right now, but you can, it'll be hooked up and secured to the hitch and the stabilizer. But there's still a lot of work that has to happen before she can pull out. I'm already on the road. I'll get up and cook breakfast and get dressed, and then I go, and then she disconnects our utilities. There's 3 utilities there that we have to get disconnected, and she puts those in the boxes and secures all the hatches, hot water heater hatch and the shower hatch, which we don't ever use. And you can see some of what stuff looks like, and gets that stuff put back up and into their appropriate storage boxes, and that goes into this hatch. And from that point, locks everything up, double checks it, gets the chocks out. See underneath the bike, there's chocks there. Those come out, and then she goes. So every day she's always there before I am. And early on, I was trying to get there and help her get hooked up. Well, she's gotten to the point now where she just has everything done and hooked up. So I'm very grateful for Gay, and love her dearly, and I really do appreciate everything that she's done to make this an enjoyable trip. She as well is enjoying it and enjoys the lifestyle, getting to meet new people and going and seeing new places. We're getting ready now to head off and go see an abbey. There's an abbey out here that makes wine that looks kind of interesting, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to see, there's a dinosaur and a pioneer museum. We like seeing these museums and learning about the local, the local culture and the history. Yeah, then I'll say that yesterday when I did get here before Gay slightly. She was not too far behind me. Got into the office and there was an old man in there, and we struck up a conversation. He was telling me about a guy his brother, who had tried to ride to go see him at that time in Arizona from Naples, Florida, and he said he made it to Gulf Shores, I guess that's in Mississippi, and he got there and decided he turned around. I think he had an issue with saddle sores. So then, which reminded me of Mike and Ian last year. I think they got some pretty good saddle sores on those upright bikes. But then he said a year or two later he decided to do it again, and he took off and he got to Texas, and he said, he called him up and said, you know what, I'm not coming. He said, these people in Texas are crazy. I'm not going to ride these roads. So he turned around and went back. People here have been pretty good overall. Even the 18-wheelers out on the interstate are, in large part, will move over to the left lane when they go by you to keep from blowing you off the road. So, not to say it's without risk. It is risk. I mean, life's risk. Depends on how much you want, how heavy you want to, how much you want to live it. So, that's it. Little story, funny story there. He kind of laughed about it. So his brother was 72 years old when he did that trip, or tried to make it. That's it for now. We'll sign off. Have a good one, and check back in after we get to New Ulm tomorrow, and then points east toward Fargo the next few days. Have a good one.